Hello everybody and welcome back to Stylish Grease Monkey. My name is Chris. I hope you're doing well. I know most of you are probably wondering why I always say that. I really mean it. I hope you're doing well. If you're not, have faith that everything will be alright soon. Alright? So today I want to talk about something that's very exciting and something that brought back great memories of my teens growing up. The Casio calculator watch. Alright guys, so real quick, I don't really need another watch because as you know, I have a lot of watches and I haven't even talked about all of them. So I don't need another watch. But a couple of weeks ago, I was in Amazon and just scrolling down, thinking about what I'm gonna buy next to add to my style already. Not a watch, of course, but I came across something that caught my attention and just flooded me with great memories of my teens. And this is the Casio calculator watch. So real quick, the Casio built the calculator watch, as early as 1980s. And I must have been around, I don't know, very, very young by then when it came out. And they came out with many iterations of the calculator watch, from the very simple, the one I got, where you can multiply, add, subtract, and divide, to all the way to like scientific calculators and data banks, real data banks that kept memories. I think with the cutting edge technology they applied on this watch back in 1980, that was the beginning of things to come, like, the smartphones and your smartwatch nowadays, right? There were other watches that were being made, of course, back in the 1970s and 1980s. There were quartz and things like that, but Casio decided that, hey, we're gonna do something different here, right? We're gonna apply technology, 1980s technology, to what was already a successful line of watches. We all know that Casio built many G-Shock watches, and that alone is a separate topic. I don't own any G-Shock watches right now, but I've had in the past, and it was a cool watch that lasted me for many, many years. So bringing you back to this Casio, this particular model is the CA53W Tech 1 data bank. It's not a real data bank because for me, data bank, stores memories. This one doesn't. But that's not the reason why I bought it. The physical characteristics of the watch is 34 millimeters wide and 43 millimeters long, with a black case, very cheap, steel back. It's, I think, it's waterproof or water resistant to 50 meters, which is not very much, but that's not what you use it for anyways. And then made out of, the band is made out of this very thin plastic, rubbery thing. So the watch itself, if you would have bought this back in 1980, you would have been the popular kid in school, because those were the ones that wore it and could afford it back in the 1980s. So I'd like for you to think that this watch is not a calculator watch, but rather a watch that has a calculator in it. You know what I'm talking about? It is not easy to use, obviously, because unless you have like child fingers, then you're really gonna fat fingers the buttons on these things and probably make more mistake than calculating things. But otherwise, the other function is easy to do. All you gotta do is initiate it with the button and the button here, and then just toggle the buttons, and you'll be able to figure out how to adjust the time, the date, how to set the alarm, how to set your timer, things like that. So I think for the money, I'm not really concerned about the function of it. As long as it tells me an accurate time, I can change the battery later when it goes bad. Otherwise, it is strictly for styling, and retro styling it is. So why do I say that it brought back great memories for me? For those of you that lived the 1980s and the 1990s, you know what I'm talking about. The movie Back to the Future. So Back to the Future, if you watch the movie now, it is exactly where I want to bring back, what I want to bring back in 2021. The clothes, the jean jacket, the puffer jacket, the shoes, and lastly, the calculator watch. Of course, Marty McFly wore this watch because it was the coolest thing in the 1980s, and there is no doubt that he placed it on the iconic map. And by the way, this wasn't really a style thing in the 1980s. It was more like, hey, you wore the watch because you were smart and you were geekish, you know, or you wore the watch because, I don't know, you're a lucky kid and you're rich, I don't know. After wearing the watch for about a week and gained so much attention, I wanted to elevate its look and really kind of fuse it into my style, and created a band for it. A very simple, beautiful color watch band that really elevated its look, and now I cannot even take it off. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. That is the Casio Data Bank Calculator watch. Please leave me a like. I would really like that. Until next time.